Hi everybody, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the romantic comedy Geek Loves Punk, and I just wanted to talk about why I like Star Wars, because I feel like YouTube doesn't have enough videos on Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't get enough coverage. And you know what else? There should be more Star Wars merchandise. There isn't enough. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay. So I'm going to talk about why I like Star Wars, because every once in a while I bump into people who are like, I don't get it. I bump into, by the way, I'm a Star Wars fan, but every once in a while I'll bump into Star Wars fans who, I'll bump into people who are not fans of Star Wars, and they're like, I don't get it. And sometimes, okay, I'm a cute, nerdy lesbian. And so, what I want to say is, sometimes I'll bump into, like, attractive heterosexual women, and they're like, I don't get the Star Wars thing. And I was like, yeah, you wouldn't. It's not for you. I mean, it is if you are an attractive heterosexual woman, and you're like, hey, I like Star Wars. Okay. That's great. That's awesome. And by the way, it's not to say fans of Star Wars aren't cute. We're cute, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've met tons of like cute Star Wars fans, but you know what I mean. Star Wars is kind of for nerds. Or it's for people who date women and get rejected by those women. Star Wars is for nerds. Okay. And children. Really, it's for children, toys, that kind of thing. But also, it's for nerds. Okay. So, but I'm gonna explain like why is Star Wars a thing? By the way, it's like $1 billion thing. But for those people who are like, but like, why? I can answer that. Okay. So if you've never watched this, I got this question the other day. If you've never watched a Star Wars movie ever, this is totally fine. One, I want to say it's okay to not be into Star Wars. It's totally fine because like, it's totally fine. You're good. Like it's just not. It might not be your cup of tea. But like if you are into it, one of my friends was like, I've never really gotten into the Star Wars thing. Where should I start? For sure. If you've never watched the Star Wars thing, the one movie you want to start with is Star Wars A New Hope, the very first Star Wars movie ever made in the 1970s. Start with that one. Just to let you know, it's a space opera. So I love science fiction. I'm all for it with the lightsabers and the stormtroopers and the droids. I love all that stuff. The aliens, the Chewbacca. I like it. But if you're not used to that kind of stuff, you just gotta realize it's. And Princess Leia has hair that looks like bagels. She looks awesome. But like, just let you know, it's a space opera. So just keep that in mind. But okay. So having said that. Why do I like Star Wars? The first time I went to a comic book convention was in 2008, and I hadn't seen a Star Wars movie either. But I went to the comic book convention, and there's tons of great cosplay. So there was like stormtroopers, and there was Jedi Knights, and there were droids. There was like an actual R2-D2 there, and it was just magical and cool and awesome. And there's lightsabers, like actual lightsabers that like lit up. And I was just walking around this comic book convention, and I was like, this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen ever. So there's this great documentary called The People versus George Lucas, and it's about the fans versus George Lucas, and it's about how the fans aren't always happy with everything George Lucas does, but then George Lucas like invented Star Wars, which is awesome. So what they concluded in the documentary, how they were grateful to George Lucas because George Lucas created a world that's really fun to play in. It's so much fun. So I need to get batteries, but I have a lightsaber in my room, and but I can't have it light up because I need to get batteries. But I have a lightsaber in my room, and they're fun. They're swords that light up. They're just tons of fun. And so it is like a super fun world to play in. And right now I'm following a bunch of Star Wars cosplayers on my Instagram, and one of the it's like a Star Wars cosplay. That's like the thing I'm following. Actually, they're showing Star Wars cosplayers they're also essential workers. So they're doctors, nurses, and they have all these like important jobs and they're working on this COVID-19 thing, and what they're doing on the account I'm following. They're showing the essential worker right next to them in their Star Wars outfit, and it's really cool. And that gives you a glimpse into, in my opinion, the kind of people who gravitate towards Star Wars. Star Wars is a fun world to play in if that's your cup of tea. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I own a lightsaber and it's a lot of fun. It's just a really fun world to play in. All that stuff also is like, it's kind of an acting exercise too. I mean, it's a form of acting. Ish. Alright. The second reason I really like Star Wars, it goes back to the New Hope, is that it just has really cool characters. My favorite characters are Luke, Leia, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Yoda. I really like Yoda. But those are all the good guys. Like, they're all the good people, and they're all fighting for the greater good. They're fighting against evil. And in one way or another, all of us, in one way or another, in small ways, we're fighting evil, like, every day. We're fighting stress. We're fighting, just life can be tough sometimes. So, where Luke and Leia are fighting this epic battle, I think I have Luke and Leia. Oh, they're out of frame. You can't see them. But yeah, like here's Leia with her hair, and that's Luke with his lightsaber. But they're just always fighting for the greater good, and because they're fighting for the greater good, it inspires me to fight for the greater good in my life. And that's why it's super cool. Of course, a bunch of awesome do-gooder essential workers. Of course, there are also these awesome Star Wars cosplay people. Of course, they're drawn to this really great world that champions fighting for the greater good, because they're actually fighting for the greater good in their actual lives as essential workers. I was like, that is so cool. It's one of my favorite, it's just cool. Okay, so Star Wars tends to draw a pretty positive, optimistic, cool crowd, in my opinion, but also nerdy. Okay, so the third thing I really like about Star Wars, oh right, and I kind of just said it, but is that the 1970s A New Hope really does inspire you to do good in the world, whatever that is. For me, it's filmmaking. For you, it could be planting a garden, or it could be flying a kite. Whatever your thing is, cleaning out your garage, whatever your thing is about doing good and making good and making the world a good place, Star Wars just inspires that. And finally, I think I have a great Star Wars story. Because Star Wars, in my opinion, inspires a form of Americana in like a positive way. And I do want to say, SNL had a really funny sketch about this, Saturday Night Live, but they do need more diversity in Star Wars. They're getting there, but they need way more racial diversity for sure. So I totally like it, yeah. Just so we need to do a lot better with making it more diverse for sure. But Star Wars does represent Americana in its hope and positivity, fighting for a greater good. And okay, so Star Wars, the new Star Wars, it's called the one with Daisy something. I'm so bad with names, but the new one when they rebooted it. What's it called? Star Wars Return of the... No, oh my gosh, I'm tired. Okay, the new one, the one that came out in 2014. Okay, fun fact, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I ended up going to, I got to go to this event at Pixar Animation Studios. If you live here long enough, you can, if you have more questions about that, leave a comment and I can tell you how you can do that. Because if you live in the Bay Area long enough, you can end up at an event at Pixar Animation Studios. Just want to let you know that little tidbit. up here in San Francisco. Okay, so I was at Pixar Animation Studios. I'm part of a group called Women in Animation, although I'm a live action filmmaker. And they were doing some sort of scavenger hunt thingy. But anyway, so at Pixar Animation Studios, I won this DVD Blu-ray, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Okay, yeah, so it's called Star Wars The Force Awakens. Okay, so this movie was coming out in movie theaters. And at the time, I was working at a coffee shop. Okay, and we were like, most of us were like super stoked and excited and like, yes, we were so excited about this Star Wars movie. It just feeling good. We were all feeling really good about it. I bought my tickets like 2 months in advance because I was having a tough year, like a really tough year for a lot of reasons, just life, you know what I'm saying? So I needed some hope. You know, I needed that force to really awaken. So this was just a really feel-good, happy. I was so looking forward to it. And then all my coworkers were like, oh my gosh, they're like, oh, I couldn't get a ticket till Thursday, till Sunday. Oh, right, it came out. You know, it came out on a Friday, but sometimes they'll release it early on a Thursday. So I got tickets for Thursday, and 2 months in advance. It was a rough year. I needed that. I needed that force to awaken. Okay, so some of my coworkers were like, "Oh man, I couldn't get a ticket till Sunday," and like, it was so sold out. And it's just such a huge. It's such a symbol of Americana. So anyway. But one of my manager, my assistant manager at the time, when I worked at a coffee shop, she was Mexican American, and her parents had legally migrated from Mexico. And listen, I know I said that weird. I'm for immigration. The more the merrier. But I know it's just like such a hot topic issue, but I'm for immigration. But yeah, so her parents said legally. I'm just saying that because I don't want any debates in the comment section. I'm not relevant enough to inspire any kind of like debate in the comment section. But okay, I have 26 subscribers. Okay, so love y'all. Love you guys. Love all 26 of you. Awesome. Okay, so, but so her parents immigrated from Mexico legally to here, and but they were still learning English, all that kind of stuff, and they were at a thrift store. So this is the story she told me. This was her Star Wars story. So my manager at the coffee shop. So her parents, they're at this thrift store, and they got this VHS tape, and it was Star Wars, A New Hope, the best Star Wars, and they popped it in and they watched it. And they like loved it. They were going bananas. So here's this like really cool like Mexican immigrant family immigrated from Mexico, watching this like it's a very American thing. Although it's a global thing, everyone likes Star Wars, but well, not everybody, but most people. But anyway, so they're sitting there watching Star Wars and having a blast because like here it is. Because it's such a hopeful movie, and it's such a great movie. But here it is, they made it. They made it to America. They're watching this awesome movie called Star Wars, A New Hope, and they just loved it. And it's like, we made it. We're here in America. We're watching Star Wars. We're gonna be okay. So she said they would like watch that tape over and over again. And so she was really excited about watching Star Wars. And at that point, they hadn't watched. And she said with that VHS tape, they didn't even know that there was 2 sequels to A New Hope. They just really liked that tape. So, and I just thought that was a really cool story, and how Star Wars A New Hope, what it represents. Because it does it is like the good guys, spoiler alert, the good guys win. So, and it is feel good. It's like, but not without sacrifices, right? Once you watch the trilogy, so the original trilogy. So, and then once I saw The Force Awakens, like I had such a blast watching that movie. It was so much fun. The audience was packed, and it was awesome. And again, like George Lucas created this amazing world that's fun to play in, for people who are into it. So, and that's what it was. Like, I don't know, like everyone in the audience who was there, I was sitting next to a nerd. When I was in the front row, and I was sitting next to a nerd. I didn't know him, but he was like a nice nerd, a cool nerd. So I was sitting next to a nerd watching Star Wars, and I was kind of sitting next to a hipster. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, and I was sitting next to a hipster. I don't know why the hipster was there. Why was the hipster at the Star Wars movie? It's fine. So I went like this. No. I was like, I don't care. This is a hipster. He's too cool. Why was he at a Star Wars movie? Okay, but anyway. So this hipster was too cool to enjoy Star Wars. I was like, dude, this has been a rough year for me. I need the Force to awaken. I am going to enjoy this movie and completely ignore your snarky cynicism. He wasn't aiming it at me, but he was like aiming it at his friends. And I don't know why, in the love of God, a hipster was at a Star Wars movie. Star Wars is not for you. Hipsters, it's not for you. Why are you there? Okay, but anyway, but me and the nerd, I never met him before, but like, you know, we're nerds. We like Star Wars. Easy friend to make. We were having a blast watching The Force Awakens. We really needed to see it that year. I don't know, having a blast, clapping, cheering, having a good time. Great movie, awesome movie. Okay, so yes, Star Wars represents hope. It's like a positive form of Americana. It's just cool. So yes, that's why I like Star Wars, and that's why it's my cup of tea. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. It's so much fun. It's totally okay if you're not into it. You know, sometimes a square peg does not fit into a round hole. Don't force it. If you're not into Star Wars, it's totally fine. But if you are into it, I like it. It's fun. Makes me feel good. I like Star Wars. And if you like Star Wars, awesome. If you don't, it's totally fine. Okay, so that is why I like Star Wars. Awesome. Okay, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the romantic comedy Geek Loves Punk. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey everybody, did you super love this video? Thanks so much for watching. Like it, subscribe it, ring that bell, and leave me a comment or question, and I'll totally answer any questions or comment back. You're super awesome. Do you like super awesome romantic comedies that are independent and nerdy? Then I've got the movie for you. Written and directed by yours truly, Julie Kerr. That's me. This movie is called Geek Loves Punk, and it's super funny and super thoughtful. And it's exclusively available on my website, www.juliekerrstudios.com. Link right here. Okay, so if you go mosey on over to my website, it's a super fun, awesome website. That's where you can watch the movie, and you keep the movie forever. You can stream it and download it. Also, if you go head on over to my website, you can join my email list where you will get discounts to my movie and other products that I have. And also, if you join my email list, you'll immediately get access to my 5 daily strategies on how to cultivate more love, joy, and kindness into your life every day. Alrighty, so you have the best day ever. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Julie Kerr. I'll talk to you guys later.